Hello there, folks. This is Agree or Disagree, and considering we're at Newcastle United today, we just had to go out and get two of the finest Geordies out there. Sadly, they weren't available, so we've ended up with Dan Byrne and Sean Longstaff. Lads, we doing all right? We all right?
Fantastic.
All good, yeah.
Yeah? Is it cold in here, Longy?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly in here. Anyway, you are playing Agree or Disagree. Let me run through the rules of the game. I'm going to give you plenty of statements about yourselves, about your teammates here at Newcastle United, and you're either going to strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree with those statements, as per the tables, and using these, well, player of the match trophies. Are they yours, or?
I've got loads of them.
Yeah, Bernie had to bring a few of his in. Like.
So they're both Bernie's, right? Okay. Sean, you've got some catching up to do. Anyway, let's get into it. Agree or disagree? Considering the fact that the World Cup's just ended, we're going to start pretty simply. First statement, Lionel Messi is the greatest player of all time. There's not even any hesitation there, was it? I mean, I'm worried about how close this one is to the end of the day. Why? Why do you reckon? Dan?
I just, in my lifetime anyway, I think I'm too young to like be Maradona and Pele and stuff. I just think like naturally gifted footballer. I think he's the best of all time.
Sean, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I just think like just the things he does on a football pitch is just no one else can do it. And then I think obviously there's a comparison him and Ronaldo, but I just for me like. He can score like Ronaldo, but he also just can do other things that maybe Ronaldo can't do. Not that Ronaldo's not very good. He's still unbelievable as well. Just I think Messi's the best for me.
Would you have both said that if he hadn't just won the World Cup as well?
I think so still.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably might have been a little bit more that way, but I think I was just more buzzing for him because that's what he needed just to. Like probably the only trophy he didn't get. So for him to come out and perform like the way he did in the final and stuff, I think so. Yeah.
How do you watch the final, Sean? How do you watch it?
I watched the first 80 minutes at my mum's house, and then when it went 2-2, I was gutted and I had to like get up and left. And then I went to watch my dad's hockey game, so I watched the rest of it on my phone at my dad's hockey. So, yeah,
Shocker.
good sort of whatever the word is to my dad's hockey team.
Did your dad's hockey team win?
Yeah, they did win actually.
That's all right. But
we got away with it. Right, okay, so that's Leo Messi and that's the World Cup. Right, statement number two. The World Cup break came at a bad time for Newcastle United. And you're letting Dan go first, eh? So
Came at a bad time?
Yeah, it came at a bad time.
Can you stay in the middle?
No, you have to choose.
Just so we're different, innit?
Yeah, I like how the commitment to prolonging the game is going on here.
we've got to make a bit of a feature, haven't we?
Get all the.
Otherwise, it'll be over in 30 seconds flat, I suppose. Sean, why do you disagree?
I just think that obviously we won a good run, but we're also missing some top players and sort of giving it a chance to get them back fit and get the whole squad a little break. There was a lot of games, so I think hopefully everyone's back firing and ready to go.
Dan, what about you? You agree it came at a bad time?
No, I think purely just for the momentum that we were on, like the way we were playing. I think it's like momentum's quite big in football. I think when you're winning games regularly, you get into a bit of a habit of doing it. So it was probably good in some ways, just so we could rest it and get to it. We didn't have loads of lads at the World Cup, which is probably a plus as well. But I think if you'd asked most of the lads, I think they would have just cracked straight on.
Yeah, then hopefully for Newcastle, carrying straight on from those 5 straight league wins, obviously with the way to Leicester on Boxing Day. Right, we move on to statement number 3. Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton have the biggest bromance at the club. You two are already laughing about
Go on, you go first.
You can disagree.
Yeah.
And I say agree.
All right, okay. Dan, why do you disagree?
Because I think it's Longy and Popey.
Yeah, I do as well actually, but just for the sake of the game.
You've done it.
For the sake of the game.
All right, so if it is you and Popey then, Sean, why have you two got the biggest bromance at Newcastle United?
Actually, I don't know how it happened, but like pretty much in pre-season in Austria, we're like playing cards every night and just sat next to him, and then just pretty much sat next to him every night. We're having like 5 cups of tea together, probably like 10 pieces of banana cake together, and just like over time we just realised that we just like get on really well, and then came back, and now it's sort of we come in, have breakfast together, sit there for like an hour. Like when the Cricket World Cup final was on, we literally came in at like I think it was 8 o'clock, like before everyone else, just sat there, and then sat there till 10 o'clock till the game was finished.
Yeah.
All the lads were like, he's going to do the activation. We were like, nah, we're just going to sit and watch the cricket together. And nah, it's been a pleasure to have him here. And yeah, I think even the other lads have sort of said they've seen us smiling a bit more since Portuguese came, so it's probably a good thing.
They've both got like really distinctive laughs as well, like, so you know when they're together in the morning because you just hear it down the corridor, like these two laughs, like, it's really good.
It's one of those where you can like hear it before you see
straight
them.
away, like, Longy and Pope's done.
I tell you what, man, banana cake in Austria. People say footballers aren't rock and roll. That's
that is true.
Cups of tea and banana cake.
Some life in it, some
It's
life.
as good as it gets.
Love it. Can't wait to find out more about Longy and Pope's bromance. Number 4, statement number 4. I mean, Miggy Almiron smiles the most of any player in the Premier League or world football potentially as well.
Yeah, I'd go high there. Like.
Strongly agree. I thought you would. I mean, does he ever not smile?
Not really, and I'm not seeing it, especially even when he's like speaking Spanish and stuff. Like he's still very, very smiley. He could be really angry, but he just looks happy anyway. So
Yeah.
just natural face in it.
It's just got it's just his smile makes you happy, doesn't it, when you look at
Just
him.
infectious.
It's yeah, even like when he's sort of coming in the morning, he just sat there smiling. You think, what's he done this morning that could make him so happy?
About,
like,
Is that some banana cake?
that
Yeah,
is probably why. But nah, it's especially the way he's been playing and stuff. It's great to see his little smile, and hopefully it's going to keep carrying on for us and he can keep performing well.
I keep meaning to ask like you players this, but how disconcerting do you reckon it is for like opposition players when maybe they've just taken Miggy out and he's just smiling anyway?
I think so as well. Even like obviously with all the stuff that Grealish said at the start of the season and that, and Miggy was just like, I'm not bothered. Like,
Yeah, so
sit
nice
back, I'm
about
happy.
it.
And even he said the other way around, he would have been kicking off him.
Anyone else would,
I
wouldn't
just
it?
think it's Miggy's just persona. Like.
I think Jack picked the wrong player entirely, really, to comment on. But, you know, less said about that one, the better. Right, statement number 5. We're going personal here. Sean Longstaff is playing... You're wondering what I'm going to say here now, aren't you? Sean Longstaff is playing the best football of his career.
Let you go, mate. You can go that one.
Oh, that's
I think I asked you this the other week in an interview. Agree. All right, okay. So, Sean, you're going to have to go first on this. Why?
I think it's just a whole host of things. I think the new manager and I think I said it before, he's been really good for me in terms of the style we want to play. It's quite front foot. You've got to sort of pretty athletic, I think, and that's some of my big strengths, I would say. Just gives you a chance to sort of get around and get after people and sort of run forward and stuff, which I really enjoy. And he's working on us every day on the other parts of my game, and I think slowly that's coming out as well. So I think I'm just, to be honest, I'm just enjoying it at the minute. I think to be here at the way the football club's going, and to be with the group you're playing with really good players, which makes the game a lot easier as well. So I think I'm just, like I said, in a pretty lucky position at the minute and just trying to enjoy it, and hopefully that means me playing well.
I remember sitting down with you and Sven Botman a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, and we were saying that Sven, if he's a Rolls Royce, what's Longy? And I think you answered and you were like, you're one of those cars that just like run around, it never stops going. What do you reckon, Dan?
Yeah, no, I've done so much about the car, but I think like, like I've obviously only played with Longy for a year and stuff, but I think just the sort of consistency he's shown in the games, and like I think he probably doesn't get the amount of praise that he should for his performances. Like his passing ability, I don't think there's been many better players that we've produced over sort of the last few years than Longy and stuff. So hopefully it continues, mate.
What a guy, man.
Tell you what, you've just gone red there, mate. Has he ever said those nice things?
Gonna make us
about you?
cry.
It's all right. I thought I'd stop before.
Good stuff. Right, we're going to flip it over. Dan Burn is better with his feet than his head.
Agree with that.
Strongly agree, straight in. Why? What were you thinking?
I don't know. I think like probably not defensively, but definitely like attacking.
Yeah.
I think it's something that like I've never been great at. And I don't know why. Like I've probably always been this height, and I think if I had probably scored more goals, I probably would have had a sort of better career than I would have and stuff. But yeah, it's not for lack of trying and stuff. And I know that I can still score goals, but I should score more.
I remember you saying recently that first Newcastle goal doesn't feel that far away.
No.
Are we still thinking?
No, still, I'm waiting. It just needs to like go in off my bum and I take it. But no, I think it's like I'm normally guaranteed one a season, so I've got what 5 months, I'll be sweet. I'll get one.
plenty
And
of
the
time.
chances are I probably will be moving my feet. I'll not be moving my head, so I'm not.
Looking forward to seeing it. Have you got a celebration planned yet or not?
No.
No.
I'll probably be like, do you know, on FIFA when you just like batter loads of buttons and you do like 6 or 7 of them in a row. I'll probably be just like that.
Sean, what do you reckon?
From the attacking thing, it's funny because the day before game when we're doing set pieces, Fabi just hammers him the whole set piece session. So like some will say, all right, we're going to target Burnley here, and like it come to him and he'll score or he'll miss, and Fabi just like stands there and hammers him. He's like, how are you getting a header over me? You don't score.
I do agree with it, to be fair. Like.
But no, I think especially with his feet, like it was the thing that hit me the most is when we're doing sort of patterns. Just how smooth he is.
Yeah.
I remember we played like this is how you will remember we played Wigan when I was at Blackpool. He was at Wigan, and obviously we played on I think it was like a Wednesday night. It was freezing cold, and then watching him like from then to now, like he's so good on the ball. I think it's so underrated. I think it's just sort of a testament to him and obviously how hard he works, and like for me to be able to look up to him, I think it's such a good thing. And like I said, we're so lucky to have him. He's been so good since he's came here, and probably been one of the biggest reasons for the turnaround. And yeah, we're just really happy to have him.
Have you ever been described as smooth before, Dan?
Yeah, all the time. It's one word that's used with us most, to be fair.
I figured. Right, okay, on from that. It's another Newcastle United player. Alan Saint-Maximin is the most skillful player in the Premier League. This is a difficult one.
It depends what you mean by skill.
That's what I was going to say.
I'll go that and I'll give him
In
a
terms
reason.
of trickery, we're going with in terms of trickery. Yeah, you're sticking with.
It's a hard question, this.
Yeah. I think it depends. If you're talking about like what we're talking about is pure skill, I think he's one of the toughest players to tackle in the league.
Yeah.
Just because he takes that many touches in such a short amount of space that you can sort of never see where he's going. You always think you've got him, and then he'll find his way out of it and stuff. And I think he does have a lot of skill, to be fair to him, even in training and that.
I mean, you can move it again if you want.
I'm going to go in between.
You're going in between.
It depends. Like I think there is a lot of skillful players in the Premier League, but like when Max is on it, I think there's not a defender in the Premier League can stop him.
Sean, how many times have you been megged by Maxi in training? A few,
It's not as much the Megan, it's more just the like movement of a body, like moves his body, and then I'm looking this way and he's down there somewhere. I'm thinking, Maxi, how are you making us look bad here, man? I'm trying to stay in the team or whatever. But nah, it's just to echo what Bernie said. Really, especially when he's on it, I don't think there's anyone better. The way he can just, like I said, manipulate his body and the way he just moves, it seems so effortless. But no, he's a joy to have in our team, and it's like Benny said, especially when he's on it and he's firing on all cylinders. He's great to play with. You can just give him the ball and sort of gets out of trouble. And yeah, obviously now he's back fit and stuff. It's going to be a big positive for us.
Do you remember when he did those step over, the shimmy and the feint? Was it against Crystal Palace earlier on this season, and it went viral? Where he's doing all those step overs, and he does about 14 in a row and doesn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a video like that every game though, so I think it's like, I can't remember the Crystal Palace one, but I've seen that type of video.
His highlight reel must be an absolute scandal. It's not like,
yeah.
It'll just be me just doing channel balls on mine, and he's like doing all these skills and that.
Literally a who's who of embarrassment for defenders,
much.
I reckon. Right, number 8. Ooh. Newcastle United will win a trophy in my time here at the club. Now, we're not going to go into like contractual arrangements and how long you've got left at Newcastle, but yeah, Newcastle United will win a trophy in my time here at the club. For two Geordies like yourself, this is like...
I'm the same.
Come on, we're doing a feature, we've got to say agree.
There you go. Gonna agree.
That's only if I sign a new deal though, so I don't know, I'm going to keep that.
Just sign a 50-year
Eddie Howe, if you're
contract.
listening or watching, there you go. What do we reckon? What trophy is it going to be?
I'm not sure.
Does it matter?
I don't think it does matter. I was speaking about this today actually, and obviously with the cup sort of being a couple of nights ago and the draw tonight, I think we're in the squad's so strong that we've probably never been in a better position to make a challenge for a trophy, which is. I was speaking to Porty about it before, actually having food, and just how different the mentality is from a year ago, from where we both were to now. So yeah, I think for us, me and Bernie being from here, and we know what if we do win a trophy, how special it'll be, and you're sort of going to be immortalised, and something that we're pushing to do. Obviously, got the right manager, and we're definitely getting the right players in to be able to achieve something like that. So for us, it's just about sort of working hard, and hopefully when the opportunity comes to take advantage of it, and hopefully one day that'll happen.
I think it was bandied round, wasn't it, not so long back, that the last time Newcastle United won a trophy, man still hadn't set foot on the moon, which is quite a long time ago. I mean, what would it mean to you, Dan, as a Geordie, as a proud Geordie, if you could be one part of that team to win a trophy?
Yeah, huge. I think it's probably just a change of mentality this year.
Yeah.
That like other clubs I've played at, like when I've played lower leagues and stuff, I think it's sort of a bonus and you sort of focus on the league, but there's been sort of a real change of mentality where we want to sort of attack all the cups this season. And so even if we don't win it or get the final or whatever, I think it's just nice knowing that like every game we're going in, that like we're wanting to win that game and sort of try to bring some silverware at the club. Like I've said to the lads that on from here, like if you win a cup, like you'll be a god. Like, it'll be ridiculous. So, and I think it's just what the fans deserve, to support the team for however long they've had with no silverware. I don't think there's sort of many other teams with fans like that in the country. So.
I suppose, like, obviously you lifted a trophy out in Saudi Arabia recently. Jacob got a bit into that, didn't he?
That was brilliant.
Murph's the captain, isn't he? He thinks he's the captain. He's like, obviously we've got a leadership group, and Murph so desperately wants to be in the leadership group. So we all made him go and get the trophy, but I think it just shows, as much as sort of, obviously we're all laughing and joking, the fact that to one day, hopefully we can all do that, and hopefully it can be this season. It'll be amazing. Yeah, it was good practice at the very least, but that photo was an absolute belter. Great. He looks so happy as well. Anyway, last two, you'll both like this. Newcastle is the most underrated city in the UK, and straight in. Oh, it's gone. They're heavy, them, mind.
Oh, very heavy. They're ridiculous, isn't it?
Aye.
In the UK.
Yeah. I'm surprised you've taken so long here, What?
I was just trying to think like of other cities.
Yeah. You went straight for it, Dan. Why sell Newcastle?
I don't know. It'll be like one of them adverts where they come to Newcastle. I think it's just more that I've lived all over the country, and I know like the perception of the city and stuff. Even when like people used to talk about players coming up, and they were like saying like, oh, you'll stay to a London team like for less money or whatever, just because it's Newcastle. But I think there's not many places in the country where you can sort of be like in the city, and then 20 minutes you can be like at the coast, and then 20 minutes you can be in the countryside and stuff. And it's cold, but it's not that cold, is it? Like,
nah. Well, we're saying that. I mean, he's got that on and everything.
I'm a soft Geordie.
I know, but we're in the dome and it's actually colder in here than outside.
It's true.
But no, I love the city. That has changed a lot over the years, and caught up to probably a lot of the other cities. But I strongly agree with it. Definitely going places. Longy, what are you thinking?
No, I agree with what Bernie said in terms of it's got pretty much everything, and got beaches, be by the sea, the city centres. Lovely as well. It's not too big where everything's so spread out. I think the people as well are so nice. I think that's probably one of the biggest pluses of Newcastle is you can be walking down the street and you can stop anyone, and most of the time they're going to be so nice to you and help you out with whatever you need. And it's probably not always like that in other places of the country. And I've been fortunate enough to only be, I think, in Blackpool for a little bit, and then Kilmarnock, and then I've been here the rest of the time. So I've been lucky, and I think we sell it to the lads all the time how good Newcastle is. Some of the other lads try and say Bournemouth's nicer than Newcastle, but absolutely no chance.
They're going to show this video when we're signing players. It's like trying to convince people to send it.
It's an amazing place, and I think it's the people what make it so special.
Aye, I was going to say, like any tourist boards, want Sean Longstaff or Dan Byrne out there to, champion Newcastle.
Fine by me.
There you go. You've got it straight away. Final one. It's a big one. It's a big one, lads, to finish off. Newcastle United will finish in the top 4 this season.
What are these questions, man?
This is a tough one, this. Remember what you said before, Dan, it's a feature, so...
Stuff it.
That's the attitude we want.
I never thought I was so bothered about like jinx and stuff and like mushing things, but...
Now you found out.
Yeah.
They'll not dig this up. If we
No,
don't do it, there's no one on Twitter who'll dig this up.
No. It's only 2022. It's going to get buried.
They'll edit it anyway. We'll be able to do that. No, I disagree completely. No chance.
Just got to go like that. Just get it in all the areas.
We're going.
That's such a...
I hate to make you like choose one if you are that superstitious, man. Like, you're going to agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
We're thinking top 4.
No, I'm just more because I've said in interviews before. I think like the position that we're in, I don't feel as if it's a false position.
Yeah.
Like I think we've got sort of a philosophy that the gaffer's brought in the attitude that the lads come in with every day and the way that we work. I think we sort of fully deserve to be in that position that we are. So if we can carry on and doing that for the second half of the season, there's no reason why not. Obviously, there's a lot of things that can happen between now at the end of the season, but if we're talking about purely from a mentality point of view, do we believe that we're good enough to finish top 4? Then I'd have to say agree.
Yeah, Lockie, agree with that?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of good teams. It won't be easy. Like I said, it's probably not something we're looking at the start of the season, but in terms of, like Bernie said, with mentality, with the manager, the staff, what they're pushing every day, it won't be for the lack of effort or the lack of sort of preparation and not thinking we can be in that position. I think we're a very confident group internally. Try not to sort of get carried away with what's going on around us and stuff, but like Bernie said, we've got the right players. Obviously we've got top international players, top players who should probably have been in international sides. I think we've got a really, really good group, and like I said, when we add to that, whether that's in January and with people come back fit, we're a real match for anyone. And like Bernie said, if we can just sort of take it game by game, week by week, and see where we end up, there's no reason why we feel like we can't be in and around it anyways.
Brilliant stuff. Geordie's not here to take part, here to take over, ultimately.
Great.
Listen, Sean, pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Dan, pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic to
Cheers.
see you both. This has been Agree or Disagree, and I'm sure there's plenty of Geordies up here in the North East who are in agreement that Newcastle United are going to be a force for years to come.